hit the music.
Go. Turn it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Yo, what's up, everybody? What is up? That was an abrupt disconnection with Guns N' Roses. But what's up, man? My name's Ahmed. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. I thought that song was appropriate because my co-host, Eric Mills, who I'm going to bring up any second, has great stories about his relationship with Axl Rose and Slash and his 30 years in Hollywood. And that's the name of our podcast, Hollywood Tales. Between both of us, we have 30 years of, 60 actually, years of experience in the entertainment industry, making friends, burning bridges, and having some insane memories in Hollywood. I'm just going to get right into it. I want to thank our awesome producer, engineer, Yusuf Hawash. Are you there, man? Let's bring you on
Hey,
really quick.
hey guys, how's it going?
Yusuf Hawash, everybody. He's out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's producing this podcast virtually for everybody. So big hand for him. And we're going to bring you back in the middle, and then we'll bookend it with you. But much love and thanks, Yusuf.
Take care.
And we'll put up everybody's Instagram, Twitter handles, usernames during the show. If you're watching live, thank you. Wherever you are from around the world, thank you. We decided to put this podcast together. It was kind of an accident. I was on a Zoom comedy call that I posted on social media. Eric Mills, who I've known for almost 30 years, saw the post. He jumped on the call and was just there as a participant and a audience member. And he was laughing and whatever. And I introduced him to everybody on the call. I said, that's my friend Eric Mills. And anyway, he started telling these great stories. And at the end of the call, everybody liked him more than the people that were booked to do the call. Anyway, he has an amazing voice. He's a super smart guy. He's passionate. He's an artist, a musician. He rides motorcycles. He drinks whiskey. He is rock and roll. And I thought, you know what? It would be great to do a podcast with Eric. Let me see if he'd be up for it. So I pitched him. I said, hey, man, would you want to do a podcast with me? And we'll call it Hollywood Tales. And we can, between the two of us, we can just share our tales and try to bring some laughter and comedy and wisdom to the internet, especially during these times. And before I continue, I just want to just give a quick announcement to, regarding what's going on out there right now. It's sad. I'm here in Venice Beach. We've had some peaceful protests. There's been some aggressive ones. Obviously, we know that it's divided. There are looters and there are rioters and there are peaceful protesters. It's a splintered situation. It's uncomfortable. It's actually the second time in my lifetime that I've seen riots. Eric and I met right after the Rodney King riots in '92. And so anyway, without any, further ado, I want to bring Eric on, but I want to just acknowledge, George Floyd's family and, him and condolences. And it's a really weird time in America. And so it's nice to be able to take a break and just escape for a second from all the news and the mayhem and everything. So I don't want to make it too heavy. I want to bring on my guest, Eric. We decided to do this spontaneously, I think 10 days ago, was it? And
yeah, it was like 10 days ago.
And we said, you know what, let's just do a podcast and let's tell our stories. And I think we can get some cool guests on. And tonight we have Victor Ortiz, who's a pro boxer, an actor, and a good friend of mine. And we're going to bring him on later. And we're going to play a little bit of music. and we're going to entertain you guys. We're going to take questions, comments. We appreciate you all. Like I said, without any further ado, please welcome my co-host, my good friend, my brother, Eric Mills, everybody.
Hey guys, thank you, Ahmed. Thank you. Thank you for. Thank you for coming up with this idea. You had the inception of this idea, and we kind of rolled with it. And I think you said the other day we put our best foot forward, and here we are. For better or worse, here we are. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching with us and spending some time with us. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I've known Ahmed forever. I think we're going to have a great time. I would also like to give a shout out to George Floyd's family. Condolences and sorrow and heartbreak. I'm sorry. We are all sorry. My family, Ahmed, from all of us, condolences. And the protesters, the protesters are getting something done. I think it's the American way. And then there's looting, and there's the rioters, which is they're not protesters. Two different things. So protesters, we stand with you. Black lives do matter, and I think that maybe through all the insanity we're going through, maybe this will be the impetus to some change that is long overdue. So hopefully we get that out of this, and from there, on with the show. So here I am. I've known Ahmed for almost 30 years, and we met right after the Rodney King riots. We worked at was the name of a restaurant Ahmed we worked at? What was that called again?
Eric and I met. You can hear me okay, yeah?
I can.
Eric Mills and I met at a restaurant. It was a Spanish tapas restaurant in West Hollywood called La Masia. La Masia, and it was right next to the Troubadour, and it was this fancy, like really well-known, like famous restaurant. And they would do salsa dancing, and it was this really cool thing.
They had flamenco dancing. Remember trying to get through carrying like the trays, and they're like stomping on the wood floor. We're like trying to get through, and it was insanity, and it was packed.
And Eric,
sorry, go on.
No, that's it. I mean, you're right. Eric and I were we were the only straight waiters that worked there. That's kind of how we bonded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I remember like going up to the cash register, typing my order, and you were next to me, and I was like, "Are you?" And he's like, "No." And you were like, "Are you?" And I was like, "No. All right, good."
Okay, cool. All right.
Cool. And then we like bonded. But that's how we met, and this was 1990.
92. It was late in the year 92.
Right after the Rodney King riots. And look, I don't want to tackle this topic too much, because this isn't a political or racial or controversial podcast. This is something that
hey, Alicia,
we just want to have people come on and listen and have fun. And but right around that time when the Rodney King riots happened, look, riots and looting is not good by any means, but when the Rodney King riots happened, people, the looting kind of came in like afterward. They were like mad, and they were burning buildings and breaking shit. And then I think somebody broke a window, and they were like, nobody's looking, let's get a TV, and that's how it was back then. And I'm not saying it's right, I'm actually condemning it, but you fast forward 28 years, you'd think we'd learn as a a culture, and as mankind, as a community, to not do that. But
good luck with that.
But this situation has escalated to the point, and I don't want to get into conspiracy theories and politics and whatever, but the looting and the rioting is definitely more aggravated and planned and premeditated, and that's what gets under my skin. And so for that, I wish everybody well. I wish everybody safety, good health, be vigilant. For right now, sleep with one eye open and be your own hero. Don't wait for the cops to show up. If somebody's coming into your house, you handle it the way you handle it. So that being said,
keep in mind that once we get out of this, we got COVID to deal with still. So there's that.
Oh, what happened to COVID?
Yeah, what happened to COVID? I think we cured it by having riots.
Here's the thing. Okay, so first of all, I live in Venice Beach, and they peacefully protested down Venice Beach. Not only did they peacefully protest, they protested. It was like, I thought some of the people thought it was a parade going on. Like they were on their beach cruisers and skateboards.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. It was
And by the
a
way,
block party,
and
man.
when did skateboards become the new weapon of choice to riot and loot with? So anyway, um, I don't know what's going to happen from here on out, but be vigilant and be your own hero, and say your prayers, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, I agree with protesting. I agree with the march. I agree with people speaking their voice, but it's crazy outside, man.
Crazy
Everybody,
outside, bro.
it's like World War Z. It's I Am Legend. The zombies come out at night, looters. I'm a little indifferent about the martial law that's going on, but when they say get off the streets at a certain time because we have to be septic with this whole thing, then just obey the law, and that's that. So I don't know. It's mixed, and people, if you want to ask questions and chime in, but I don't want to get too political because that's not our podcast. Our podcast is called Hollywood Tales. Like I said, I met Eric 28 years ago, and right after the Rodney King riot. So it's interesting that we're witnessing this type of behavior in our lifetime twice.
Another 30 years. The city's turning the country's turning itself inside out within 30 years for the same reason.
Well, I want to get into this because we're going to bring on our guest. We have a guy named Victor Ortiz, who, if you don't know Victor Ortiz, he's a pro boxing legend. He fought Floyd Mayweather. It was a weird decision that happened. If you YouTube the fight, you'll see what happened. He'll talk about it maybe if he wants to. But he's about to ask.
Fucked up, bro.
He's about to ask for a rematch. Mike Tyson also called him up and said, "Hey, will you walk me out on the ring for my first fight?" He's a father, and he's an awesome guy, and you're gonna love him. He's just such a lovable guy. He's gonna come on a little later, but Eric, when you came to Hollywood, and let's just talk about this because we talked about how we met. We kind of splintered off after La Masia.
We did.
But we both ran in the same Hollywood nightlife circles and clubs, but in different pockets and, silos and cells, if you will. But we always ended up in the same watering holes.
Yes. Hollywood was like smaller then. It was a smaller thing. It was a smaller crowd, maybe. It was more incestuous, something. I don't know. But we all knew each other. I don't think it's like that now. I think although I haven't really been to Hollywood in years, the way we did, but I seem to remember it was a lot more, I don't know, man. We knew each other. There was like you just saw the same people, and it was cool. I mean, we would go to clubs. We'd go from the Roxy to the Social Club to Roxbury, and we kind of had like carte blanche. We walked in. We knew every doorman and every bartender. So we would go out, and it was like, fuck, where do you want to go tonight? I don't know. Well, let's just start. We'll meet at the Social Club, or we'll meet at the Comedy Store, or we'll meet wherever. And it was like, which way am I facing? I'm facing east. Fuck it, let's go to Roxbury. I'm facing west. Let's go hit on the rocks. It didn't matter. We were also always out. We were always out together all night. When we were together, the times we were together, we were out late. But when I was out with Patty Van Horn and the guys from the Social Club and all those guys, we were up till 4, 5, 6 every morning. So it was. I guess they do that now too, but I don't know. Maybe it was more personal then. I don't know. It was great. It was awesome.
People, you have a lot of your friends watching. I might have a few, but for my friends who don't know you, let's just back up a little bit.
Okay.
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Born and raised in Brooklyn till I was 13, and my father was an actor, so he came out here in '76. I came out in 1980. Came out in '76 with a comedy group that he was part of called War Babies. It was an improv group, and they did a TV show. They did a miniseries, Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello, and then they stayed. So I would come out every summer, and then when I was 13, I moved out from Brooklyn, and I came out and I landed right in Hollywood, and that's where I met many of my lifelong friends. I met Michelle Young and Melissa Fisher Fink That's where I met Tracy Ulrich, who became Tracy.
So people, so
Slash.
people that are watching, a lot of people have no idea who you're mentioning. So let's start with let's go back to your dad. Your dad, big like well-known character actor, was in the movie. He was in a lot of movies, but
So a lot of movies. My dad's.
but he was in the movie Casino with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, directed by Martin Scorsese. He was one of the bullies that took Pesci out to the cornfield, dug the grave, beat him up, and sent him to his death.
Send him to his knees. Yeah, that's my dad. My dad is in that scene. My dad did every show in the 70s. Something's clacky. I don't know if that's me or not. I hope it's not me, but
is that me, Yusuf? I think it might be your fantastic voice, Eric. I don't know.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to back up. Maybe that'll help. Jesus Christ. It's clicking away. Anyway, so my father was an actor for as long as I can remember, and he was on every show in the 70s and the 80s. He was in fucking Beretta. I mean, dude, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Yeah, don't do it. He was in all those shows. Every show he was on. So you may know if you saw him, but he was a character guy. He was the frozen yogurt guy on Seinfeld. And then he also beat Joe Pesci to death in Casino. So I moved out here to live with him. I lived with my mom in Brooklyn, and I moved out here to live with him, and that's when I landed right in Hollywood. And my father, so my father wasn't home a lot. We touched base on this earlier today or yesterday. We were talking about a party that I had. And my father was he was working a lot. He did My Favorite Year. He was out of town doing that. And then he was in.
So can we pause for a sec?
Yep.
I just found this out the other day. Your dad was out of town because he was dating Carrie Fisher.
Yep.
He was Princess Leia in the Star Wars.
The one and only.
And she said, "Hey, will you come to London to shoot Return of the Jedi or something?"
She took him to Pinewood Studios with her in
London.
They were filming in London, yeah.
And she also was a big fan of your dad's acting, and she wanted him to coach her on her scenes and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
So it wasn't like your dad was just banging Princess Leia.
No.
He probably helped her get the fucking part.
I mean, I'm just saying, shit like that happens in Hollywood. It's another Hollywood story, brother. Fuck.
That's a great Hollywood tale. My dad used to bang Princess Leia.
She was so cool. Carrie was one of the coolest people you'd ever, and I say that about a lot of people, but a lot of people are cool. But Carrie was fucking amazing, man. She was awesome. When she died, it just broke my heart. But she was very, very.
Yeah, by the way, my apologies, Carrie, if you're listening. No offense. It's funnier if you say bang than you dated.
I don't think she'd mind. She was pretty badass.
Okay, yeah.
She was pretty badass.
Honestly, man, Star Wars was one of the movies that made me want to get in the entertainment industry. I think a lot of kids who watched the first Star Wars movie they were just the special effects back then were just so powerful. I would think I was 9 or 10, but yeah. And then the movies got better, then they got worse, and they got better again, and here we are. So fast forward, your dad's out of the country. He's on set at Pinewood Studios in London with Carrie Fisher, coaching her. They're dating, but he's coaching her also on her role in Return of the Jedi.
He's coaching her. He coached her in a couple of scenes. He coached her on the scene where she finds out that they're brother and sister. There was some stuff that they worked together on. I think he was her coach. He was her acting coach, and he did coach her on stuff. But I think they were also kind of, hitting it. They were bumping uglies. So that was really what he was doing out there. And aside from coaching, they were also, yeah. So there was.
How is it that we're in I'm almost 50, and you're how old?
I'm 53.
And we're act like we're 13 still.
Yeah, well, don't ever lose that. That's why I love you. That's why I fucking love you.
That's why we're still friends.
That's right.
So just real quick, because we got Victor Ortiz coming on soon. Boxing legend Victor Ortiz. If you're just tuning in, he's he calls me Big Brother, which I'm embarrassed that he says because he's like physically smaller than me and I'm older than him. But if he like just did this with his pinky, he would knock me out.
Yeah, he's
like,
badass, dude.
He's fucking badass.
He's fucking badass, bro.
We were joking around one day, and he put his hands up, and he's like, "Come on, man, give me your best." And I was like, he was like, "Pretty good, I say." He's like, "Now put your hands up." I put my hands up, and he went, "Boom," and he was like, "Pow," and I was like, "Bro,
not cool. I thought we were cool.
You're a fucking trained weapon. What are you doing?" He almost broke my hand, bro. It was crazy. Anyway, I love him to pieces. He's going to come on in a second, but here's the story I want to kind of just give everybody in our pilot episode. And if you're watching, thank you for watching. If you're friends of Eric's, friends of mine, friends of Yusuf's, this is our pilot episode of Hollywood Tales. Eric's broadcasting live out of Chicago. I'm live here from Venice Beach, and Yusuf out of Phoenix. Is it Phoenix? Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona. And Victor Ortiz will be streaming live from, I think he's in Ventura or Santa Barbara, California. But love, blessings, and safety to everybody out there. It's a crazy time right now. Be safe, stay vigilant, sleep with one eye open. And it's funny, my friend Adam Hunter posted something on Facebook. I think it was yesterday saying, do you think coronavirus will get picked up for season 2? So no, because they just kind of disappeared. Like it's not on Netflix anymore. Nobody's watching it.
I think we cured it by having like protests. Right?
Here's the thing I don't get. You can protest. You can protest with thousands of people across America, side by side, mask, no mask. People are loud, coughing, spitting, yelling, whatever. But you got to sit 6 feet apart at Applebee's.
Righteousness kills the virus, bro.
That's what I heard. That and arrogance. All right. Let's get back to the story. Your dad's in London. He's coaching Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia from Star Wars. He's shooting Return of the Jedi. He's gone for a few weeks or a month. You're 15 years old. Let's have a party. Slash from Guns N' Roses shows up.
Slash from Guns N' Roses shows up. Yeah, he was in a band called Titus Sloan. We were all friends. And his drummer, Adam Greenberg, who we hung out a lot, he was like, dude, we should have a party. I'm like, okay, let's have a party. So they played, and I wish I had a copy of that fucking, a buddy of mine has a copy of the flyer from 1983. Anyway, so we're 15, we have this party, and it's Slash, it's Ron Schneider, God bless you, Ron, I love you, I don't believe in God, but I love you, Ronnie, and Adam Greenberg, and they're Titus Sloan. They don't have a singer, but they're fucking great. And they play, and I'll tell you a quick story about they brought a joint to the party, and so they showed up at the party, and my house is packed with like 80 15-year-olds, and there's not an adult in sight. And between songs, they say, "Listen, it was a party, so we thought we'd bring some drugs, bring some weed." And everybody's like, "Yeah!" And Ronnie's like, "So we brought a joint." Everyone's like, "What?" In the old album Big Bamboo by Cheech and Chong, if you had the original album, the vinyl album, when you opened it, there was a bamboo rolling paper that was this big and this wide. It was double the size of the album, the way bamboo rolling papers would come, only they were this big. So they took that huge rolling paper and they rolled an ounce of weed in it. And they showed up at the joint, and they're like, "We got a joint." And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "We brought a joint," and he pulled out a joint, and it was literally this big and that wide. And this fucking joint went around my party. Is that a joint? Smoking a joint
I wish I had one that big.
Are you smoking a joint right now, bro?
It's perfect for the story.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So anyway, it was a huge, strong, manly joint by your little girly joint, but it was a good joint, and it went around the party for like 2.5 hours. The roach was like that fucking big, and it was a whole ounce of weed. It was great. That's my joint story. It's not a great story, but it's kind of a cool story. It was a cool time.
So let me.
We're all really high.
So you have this up and coming member of Guns N' Roses playing in your garage?
In my
living room?
dining room. We did it in the house. My house was literally
Slash
in my apartment on Gardner and Oakwood.
Slash played in your dining room.
Yeah, Slash. Yeah, we were friends.
Nobody.
Occasionally.
No, but I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying you can't write, like, if you wanted to make that up.
So Slash that night, because they were in my bedroom. Him and Ronnie and Adam, kind of hanging out before they played for like 20 minutes. And Slash was an artist. He did the tattoo that he has. The chick with like the Steven Tyler hair. It says Slash underneath it. The rose on the teeth. The big cans. That he drew that. And that was kind of a character that he would draw. So in my bedroom, on the wall, about maybe a foot by a foot, he drew that sort of same character in ballpoint pen on my wall, and wrote this whole thing. And I can't remember what it said, but it was like this real kind of cool, like teenage trippy, like fucking, when the road comes and into the future, Titus Sloan. And it was about that big. And when we moved, I wanted to cut that piece out of my wall. My father wouldn't let me because he's a dick. If I still had that piece of wall.
Hold on, is that a different podcast? Give me a second.
It's a whole. That podcast is just on Oprah, bro.
Your dad was in Casino, bro.
Yeah, he was in Casino. Tough guy. Tough guy with a baseball bat. Whatever, man. Anyway, so he drew that on the wall, and it was like one of the coolest things. I to this day I wish I tore that piece of wall out. They played and destroyed my fucking house. They didn't destroy my house. My 150 friends that showed up destroyed my house. It was a good party. It was an awesome party. I was the man after that party. I mean, I was the man anyway, but
Listen, that's the tip of the iceberg. Eric has 1,000 stories, but
a lot of the stories are better than that one. That's a cool story, but we have good stories.
No. We're gonna get into the other things, but I just want to ask Yusuf, do you mind coming back in and showing everybody your pretty face? By the way, I'm Egyptian American, and Yusuf is Libyan American, so don't judge. Hey,
well, we got 2 North Africans on the show. There you go, right?
Wakanda,
brother.
Wakanda forever. Hey, is Victor Ortiz backstage?
Hey, so Victor Ortiz is backstage, and
bring him on. Let me
hold on. It looks like he set his phone down.
Hold on. No. Before you bring him on, we got a second?
Yeah, let's make sure Victor's actually, he set his phone down, so to make sure Victor picks it back up. Victor, if you can hear us, go ahead and turn your phone sideways. I think Ahmed is going to introduce you.
Guys, I can't say enough about our first guest on our pilot episode. He's such a nice guy. He's badass. He's a father. He's a boxer. He's an actor. Has the best smile on the planet. He's just badass. He's about
really badass.
He's about to rematch or ask. I don't know if we'll find out when he comes on. He's about to either ask for a rematch or rematch Floyd Mayweather. And Mike Tyson called him up and said, "Yo, will you walk me out on the ring to my next fight?" So we have some cool stories together. We met in a cool way, and I love him so much, man. Please welcome Victor Ortiz.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
What?
Check it out. So I couldn't find my I couldn't find my sweater, and I was like, you know what? This one's kind of cool. So so here I am, guys. Just hanging out. I'm actually doing the daddy duties right now. See, look at.
I can't hear.
What's up?
What up?
I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you loud and clear, brother.
Okay.
I like the sweater.
Maybe
I can't hear everybody else.
Ahmed, maybe it's your stuff or what? Ooh. Maybe. Can you guys hear me?
Are you there? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Victor, what's up, brother? How are you, man?
Bro, I got the dad.
Yeah, you do.
On, bro.
What's up with that?
Well,
where are you guys right now? Are you guys up by Santa Barbara? Are you in LA? Where are you?
I'm in Ventura. I live in Ventura, California. Yeah, I'm in Ventura, but just taking my little boy a bath because we're just at the beach. So yeah, man, just hanging out, you know.
It looked cool. We were talking earlier. It looked pretty cool. It was empty, right? It wasn't a lot of people out there.
Yeah, no. It's usually around this time there's a lot of people for sunset, but today was actually kind of empty, which was not bad. I mean, it wasn't bad at all.
Kind of nice. You there with your son, hanging out, chilling out. That's awesome, dude. Good for you.
Yeah, bro. For sure.
You guys, Ahmed, you're back. Ahmed.
Hold on.
Okay. All right. Victor, how you guys been doing with lately with the local, with the current, not local, the current goings on in the world with the protesting and the COVID and all that stuff? You guys
Dude,
out and okay?
It's been a weird time, bro, for just everyone, man. I mean,
yeah. I was asking Victor about what's going on with his family. Everybody's good with COVID, and and the current. What's happening with the protesting and the riots and all that shit. So I'm sorry, Victor. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
No, it's just. I mean, it's been good, bro. I just everything's just kind of obviously thrown off, man, and it's not comfortable because even from hanging out with my kids to training and everything like that. Like I live in Ventura, but I commute to LA every day. And lately, obviously, that's been on hold because of the pandemic, man.
Yeah, right.
And then now the riots are taking over, so it's been ugly, bro. It's been really ugly.
Well, just stay safe, man. I don't want to get too much into that. I know we want to talk about you and what's going on with you. Ahmed, you're back. Ahmed, my man, you want to pick it up? We can't hear you, Ahmed. We can't hear you. Nope. Technical difficulties, people. It happens. It's our first shows. Please stand by. Please wait with us. Victor, let's go back to you, my man.
Yeah, brother.
With Ahmed mentioned something about a rematch. You want to talk about what's going on with you, brother?
You know, at this point in time, there's been a lot of things obviously taking place and happening and whatnot. But due to everything, there's definitely I have to be champion again, bro. I have to, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man.
You have to.
I have two little baby boys, man. I have two little baby boys, and there's no way they're not gonna see Daddy be world champion again, man. So
thank you. Please.
I've been working my butt off to do it. Yeah, Daddy, I'll be right there. I've been working my butt off to be, on top of the food chain once again, bro. So there's no, like I said, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. We have to make it.
Well, I'll tell you, man. Can
you guys hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly, brother. Yeah.
Victor, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'll say real quick, Victor. I watched that fight, and when that happened, I don't think I've ever been more angry watching a fight.
It's interesting though. Mistakes were taking place on both ends, man. I was 23, 24 years old. I was the reigning champ. But the thing is, I don't think someone of that caliber of Floyd Mayweather thought I had a chance or match his speed, let alone his power. I overpowered him. So I think it was kind of a freakish thing where he's like, "Oh, damn, this isn't an easy fight." Right?
No, it wasn't an easy fight. You were my favorite, bro. I thought you were.
Yeah, thank you, bro. It's just that the lack of experience in that particular stage for me was it was a big thing, man. I mean, how is it that you go from being this broke kid with 2 jobs, going to college, raising your younger brother, and then you're on top of the world fighting the biggest name of all time history, right? And it's just like 23, you can't fathom that, man. It's weird.
It's huge, bro.
Huge. So it was a huge weight on my shoulders, but I guess becoming human in the 4th round, just for that split second, costed me, man. But you know what? I don't regret it. I love Floyd Mayweather. We've spoken a few times since, and he's a good man. I'm definitely well deserved of a rematch, but we have some things in the works, in the mixes of things. What, Baba? You're done now. Okay. Daddy duties. 1 second.
Yeah, go for it. I like that, man. Daddy first.
Daddy first, bro. Come on.
You gotta love Ortiz, man.
He's gone.
He'll be back. I think.
Ahmed, it's nice to have you back. Hi, buddy.
Oh, thanks, guys. I missed half the interview. Thanks
Buddy.
so much.
No, he was cool. I was asking him about, you know what I was asking about, what's going on with him, and he was saying that, there were mistakes made on both sides. I don't know if I agree with that, but he was there and I wasn't, so I'm sure he's probably right. I think Mayweather probably taught him one of the best lessons of his life, and I don't think he'll ever do that again. And hopefully next time it will be different.
When he comes back, I want to ask him about his rematch and
Yes.
some of his Hollywood tales.
Yeah,
Hey, what's up?
What's up, brother?
What's up, baby?
What's up, my brother?
Just hanging out with little Royal right here. Say hi,
What's
Daddy.
up, Royal?
What's up, Royal? Royal,
What's up, brother?
Say hi.
Yo, Victor.
Yeah.
I want to make this week because now I'm like I got a clean feed, so I want to just go right to you for a few minutes if that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna riddle you with a couple questions, and then I want you to tell that story that happened with us.
For sure, brother.
But first of all, respect. Thanks for making time. You're a class act, man. I met you. Victor and I met on an airplane. We were on our way to. He was going to film Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal. He was an actor in the movie, and he was also a consultant on the movie. And I was on tour with Steve Byrne, Owen Benjamin, Roy Wood Jr. to promote Sullivan and Son. And Roy Wood Jr. was, you were sitting in Roy Wood Jr.'s seat, and Steve Byrne recognized you. And Roy hadn't boarded the flight yet. You just accidentally sat in the seat. You didn't, I think you just mixed up the tickets, like the numbers or whatever, the seat number. And Victor was just minding his own business. And Steve goes, hey, man, he texted me a picture of Victor, like in the ring, like in the middle of a fight, like a crazy, like Getty image, like picture of Jim just like going for it. And I was like, what's this? And he goes, that's the guy sitting in Roy's seat. Wait for I just texted Roy and I said, yo, there's some dude sitting in your seat. You need to say something. So Roy Wood Jr. comes on the plane. He's this like kind of big brother from Alabama, nice guy, but he was kind of like a little bit.
Like, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed that morning.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He walked up and Victor was sitting down, like just I don't know. You were like reading something or checking
the
your
script.
phone.
I was reading the script.
You're reading a script. That's right. I was sitting right behind you, and then Roy walked up and he goes, "Hey man, you sitting in my seat."
But it was like, "Hey
and
man, you sitting in my seat, dog."
Go ahead.
I was like, "Damn." I looked at my ticket. I'm like, man, my apologies, bro. Yeah, well, next time you should look. I'm like, I really am sorry. I did not realize that I sat in your seat, man. My apologies, bro. My bad. And then I just got up and went to my seat, man. I was like, I don't want no problems.
and then Steve showed the picture to Roy, Eric, and Roy was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Shit. He's all badass. He looks down. He's like, "No."
But that's how we met and became friends. And then I mean, I followed you before that, but I just started following you more and more. And you got mad character, and I love the fact that you're like such a great father, and making a comeback in the boxing world. Did you officially rematch or ask for a rematch with Mayweather?
You know what, bro? Thankfully, we are handled by the same people, man. So there's a lot of things in store cooking, and I have a few rematches that I actually want to collab on, and hopefully Berto gives me a rematch, as well as Jose Lopez, as well as hopefully Collazo. I have a lot of rematches, but one that would be awesome would be definitely Mayweather. Like I said, I have nothing but love and respect for Mayweather, Berto, right. Lopez, Collazo, all these guys. I mean, Maidana, they've been warriors, man. They've been great champions, and not only that, they've handled themselves well. They've done amazing in the sport. So at this point in time, I mean, I just love to share that ring in there once again with them. But obviously, once again, to come back with the vengeance. Hey, Papa, stop it.
I know that, and I feel that about you, brother. Respect. Yo, real quick, I just want to tap into a couple other things because we're about 40 minutes in. We're trying to get in under an hour, but you have amazing Hollywood tales, and I want to bring you back for some other episodes. But you know, in a just like, you know, take your time, but you want to just throw down a couple of you were in the Expendables, you worked with.
Yeah, man. You know what's very, very crazy how things work for me, man. So I had not ever turned down a fight or ever steered away from a fight. I was always, Vic, you're fighting this guy at this weight. Okay, cool. When? Boom, that's it. Train, focus, this, and that. My jaw gets broken. So when my jaw got broken, I said, man, I can't lay in bed for a year and a half to 2 to heal. So then I just threw it out there to the world, like, you know, I want to do some Hollywood stuff, and just so happened that Mario Lopez and I are friends. So he's like, you should do Dancing with the Stars, and I was like, I don't know about that, bro. Like, I'm like, salute. I was like, I don't know about that, bro. I'm not a dancer, bro. So then I don't know. I guess I just put it out to the world. Next thing you know, I got picked up to do Dancing with the Stars, thanks to Gersh, Brett Nornsberg, and Mike Stout got me on Dancing with the Stars. And from there, apparently Sylvester Stallone's wife is a big fan. So she said, you got to watch this kid. So it's the actual, the Italian stallion southpaw. And I'm like, no, man, I'm not Italian. I'm far from, you know. So next thing you know, I got a phone call from Gersh saying a guy with a 3-letter name, Sly, wants to talk to you. I don't know. I never heard of Sly. I never heard of that name before. So they're like, yeah, your meeting is Thursday at 11:15 in the morning. Beverly Hills, don't be late. We sent you an email with the confirmation, blah, blah. I don't check my emails. Anyone who knows me knows I don't check my emails. But I remembered 11:15, Beverly Hills, Thursday morning, don't be late. And I forgot that you can't bring anybody with you. So I said, okay, yo, Victor, another friend of mine, Victor Rodriguez. Victor, come with me real quick, bro. We're just I got to work at 5. I got you. I'll get you back before 5, bro. So we showed up to this whole thing to meet up with a guy with a 3-letter name. So I asked him to go into my email, copy and paste the address, and he goes, holy crap, dude. You're meeting up with Sly. I go, that's the name, the 3-letter name I told you about, Sly. I thought it was Fry, Sly, Shy, something like that, but it was a 3-letter name. And he goes, dude, Sylvester Stallone? And I go, what? I pulled over in Thousand Oaks on the side, on the median, and I go, on the shoulder, and I go, what are you talking about? I go, that's Rocky, right? Like Sylvester Stallone? He goes, dude, Sly, dog, 3-letter name. He goes, only you, Vic, only you jackass. And I go, what are you talking about? So I read it, and I go, holy crap, we cannot be late, bro. We cannot be late. So now we're on our way. Boom, we get there. I'm so excited because I get to meet Rocky, right? So I don't care about the movie or getting the part, none of that. I just want to meet Rocky. We get there. I pulled up. The first parking spot I see, I take it. Boom. I did not realize that I parked in Sylvester Stallone's spot. So he says to me, is that your Range Rover out there? And I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, you parked in my spot. And I go, oh. So I go, hey, Vic, move it, please. So he goes outside. He moves it. He comes back inside, and he goes, so why do you want to be in my movie? I was like, I don't want to be in your movie, bro. I'm not an actor. He goes, well, why are you here? I was like, well, I'm here because Gersh sent me. I said, they told me to be here at 11:15 Thursday morning, and I'm here, and that's it, bro. He goes, well, you know, there's a lot of actors in the Hollywood world that want this movie. Why should I give it to you? I said, that is crazy. That's ludicrous to think that I have a shot to get that movie. I said, I'm not an actor, Sly. Mr. Sly. He goes, just call me Sly. Cut the mister. And I was like, all right. So I just go, well, I'm just here to pretty much not upset my agency, this and that. And I said, by the way, it's a great pleasure to meet you. So he goes, all right, sit down. So he throws a booklet like that, really thick at me. And he goes, you know what that is? And I'm like looking at it. And I just go, I went like, that's it. Like, so you could go through the pages. And I go, yeah, dude, this is the movie on paper. And he goes, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Vic, that's called a script. I go, that, yeah, that's what it's called. Oh, dang, yeah, my bad. So he goes, wow. He goes, so you're here for an audition, you know, there's a lot of actors in Hollywood that would kill for this part. Tell me why I should consider you. I said, like I said before, man, it's crazy to even for you to think that I would ever have a chance in your movie. I said, I'm not an actor. Yeah, Bobby, get it off. So I just said, if it's like this, I said, I've never been an actor. I'm not trying to go that route, but if it's here, I said, I'm a workhorse. I will rise to the occasion. And then sure enough, he goes, all right, well, good. All right, let's go to this room over here, blah, blah. So then he's having me read some lines. And as I'm reading these lines, he goes, you know what I'm doing there, right? I go, yes, you're trying to see where like my levels go, like you're trying to see if I can hit this peak and this one. He goes, Jesus, Victor, that's called directing. Yeah, my bad, man. I just know that you're trying to like kind of try to somehow have me go with you with things. And he goes, all right. So then, wait, puppy. So and he goes, I don't know what he did. He did something, guys. So then he goes, there it is.
We can hear you.
So he goes,
we got you.
So he goes, all right. So he reads me a line. He goes, you look like a pug. And then I was nervous, so I'm like, I'm just reading the script, like, tough brothers, tough streets, and so on. You know how that goes. And he goes, what was that, Victor? What was that? You know? And I was like, I've never done this before, bro. I don't know, man. He goes, when you fought Floyd Mayweather, and this and that happened, what was that initial thought on the spot? And I got into this thing, and I'm like, man, F that, this and that. And he goes, that's what I want. And I put that same effort into this. And I go, okay. So he goes, you look like a pug. And I go, tough brothers, tough streets, and so on. You know how that goes. And he goes, there it is, this and that. So anyways, time goes by, and then like another line goes on, and he goes, all right, he's rubbing his lip, and he goes, he's walking me out the door, and he goes, thank you for coming in. We'll be in contact. If you don't hear about me by Tuesday, then we don't need you. And I go, you know what, bro? Realistically, let me tell you this much. I don't care to get the movie. I said, bottom line, I don't. I said, I'm not an actor. I said, but I will say one thing. Due to you giving a kid like me hope to be a world champion, I said, you in the movie Rocky, bro, you're a street kid with nothing that took over the world and became something. I said, so for that, I owe you a big thank you, bro. That's it, man. I said, I don't care about no movie. I said, am I going to get the movie? It's not. I said, I'm not an actor, bro. I really don't care. But this right here is priceless. And then he goes, well, can I show you something? So now he brings me back into his office, and he goes, I want to show you the uncut version of Grudge Match. And I go, absolutely. Absolutely. He goes, I want you to critique me. And I go, oh, I'm going to critique Rocky. For sure.
Yeah, so now,
bro, I'm critiquing Rocky now, man. So I'm watching Rocky, the uncut version. And then I'm like, damn, man, that's crazy. So I'm done. And he goes, all right, thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming by. And I was like, absolutely, bro. And then he says one thing to me. He goes, I looked at him and I go, man, like I said, bro, it's a great pleasure and an honor to have met Rocky Balboa, bro. Thank you. So now I'm about to walk out. He lets me out the door and he goes, congratulations, you get the part. And I looked at him kind of dumbfounded, and I go, like, you gave me the part for the movie? And he goes, now get out of here before I change my mind. And then of course, I threw the ultimate jab. I go, you know, those are fighting words, bro. So when I said that, now he brings me back into his office, and he goes, man, let me tell you about my times sparring with Roberto Duran. You know, I'm like, holy crap. So now he opened up this beautiful, you know, this beautiful sharing moment with me of Roberto Duran and like all these old school, you know, Sugar Ray, all these old school fighters from back then. And he actually got his ribs broken or something like that by, I think, Roberto Duran.
Yeah, I heard that story. Yeah.
Man, bro. So it was beautiful just to like finally collab with him. And when I left there, I was like, I called Gersh and I was like, I don't really know how this works, bro, but I got the part. And they go, no, that's impossible. They usually, what happens is you audition and then you leave and then you'll find out within a week or so. I go, well, he told me to get my stuff ready for Tuesday, and I'm out to, I guess, this place called Bulgaria, Eastern Europe or something like that. and then they go, what? I go, yeah, like Rocky Balboa literally told me to get my stuff ready and make sure that I have a passport. So I don't have a passport. We got to expedite a passport. And they're like,
Yo,
what?
this is why
I was like, I don't know.
Go where? Wait, what?
Yeah.
This is why I hate. This is why I hate agents.
Yeah, bro. So
they're so fucking presumptuous. Sylvester Stallone straight up said, "You got the part." Why? Like he asked you to consult him on his boxing. He said you got the thing.
bro.
Book your thing, get a passport, and then you tell your agents the good news. And they're like, it has to go through us. Fuck you. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost you for a second. All I have to say is
We
that
lost him.
if he doesn't, we lost him.
Apparently, we got a good question. We got a good.
You know the great thing. I think he's coming back.
You know what's cool though, bro? Like realistically though, man. I love Gersh, bro. I love Gersh. I love Brett Nornsberg. I love Mike Stout. Like
I'm not. I was joking around. I'm not taking anything away from.
Oh, I know, bro. But
in general, agents become a little bit.
You know what's crazy though? Like they have always had my back, bro. Like you, Ahmed. Like, bro. Like these are and yourself too, bro. Freaking Eric. Like the thing is, these people sometimes like in our world, and I say our world entertainment. Bro, they are quick to turn backs, man, and it's ugly, bro.
It's sick, like, bro.
When I got hit with that whole case thing, bro, like, bro, man, that made me really appreciate my baby's mother, and it made me appreciate my kids and people like yourselves, man, because everyone turned their back and gave me a middle finger, bro. And it's interesting because now they see me. Oh wow, he's training with Freddie Roach. Oh wow, this dude. Oh wow, he still got it. Like holy. People are calling me now, like, Vic, man, we need to hang out. But people like yourselves, it's like, what up, fucker? What are you doing? You know, it's like, what's up, dude? But that for me is a fresh breath of air because, like, man, I never in a million years thought that the entertainment industry was like that, man. Which is why I appreciate Floyd Mayweather. Which is why I appreciate Al Heyman, Sam Watson, Brett Nornsberg, Gersh, Eric Stout, bro. These people have been there for me 110%, no matter what. My manager, Sam Spira from the acting world, Scott Cart, bro, they love me, man. Like, bro, I don't know, man. I'm very grateful that I got the experiences that I've gotten. Best part about it is Mike Tyson will call me once, twice a week. Hey, Victor, how we doing? You doing okay, baby? Let's get going, man. We got to ride to the top once again, you know. And now if he hears me, he's gonna whoop my ass.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, tell everybody, Victor. Tell everybody that you know, a little announcement. Didn't he call you up and say?
Yeah, no. So Mike and I have been talking because how it took place was about 6 months ago. I was going through it, you know. So I went to Vegas and I called Floyd, and they allowed me to train at his facilities for a whole week. I stayed at the Stratosphere. I was just by myself, man. I needed some me time, so I was out there training every day, working hard, running the canyons out there and whatnot. I got in contact with Mike. He's like, "Hey, Victor, how we doing?" I was like, "Mike, bro, man, I'm just hanging, bro. Just I need some advice from the greatest of all time, bro." So we spoke every day. We talked. He couldn't hang out because he was down in Dana Point at his ranch and whatnot. So at the end of the day, and then from there he went out of the country somewhere. So we never got to collab and hang out there. But ever since he's been calling me, "Hey, Victor, how we doing, baby? We doing all right? You know, we hanging in there." I'm like, "Yeah, Mike." So he invited me to a golf tournament. I'm not much of a great golfer, but I mean, I'm not bad, I guess. But regardless, he invited me. He made me one of the hosts, which was crazy because I was there amongst, like, the list went on from Stephen Curry to Justin Timberlake to this and that, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to say thank you to Mike Tyson and Victor Ortiz." I'm like, did they just say my name? I was just like, wow, that's insane, man. It's not every day you're gonna get Mike Tyson and Victor Ortiz on the same, you know, realm of things. But his son comes up to me a little later. He's 21, 22 years old, Amir Tyson, and he goes, "You know what? My dad's always made me sit down and watch your fights, Vic." And I'm thinking to myself, holy crap, this is insane, because as a little boy, I was you looking at your dad. You know, so it was beautiful, cool, bro. So he and I have this beautiful relationship, friendship now. So it's great, man.
That's awesome.
But
very cool.
Beyond blessed.
But is it? But did he ask you?
He asked me to come to his fight and possibly walk out with him. I was like, bro, is that a question?
Bro, that's
an honor.
Oh my
God. Honor. I told him when I'm world champion again, you got to walk out with me though. We got to swap.
Hell yeah.
He was like, yeah.
He's gonna be like, Victor's here to destroy once again. Damn, I better stop doing that. I should have slapped me.
Yeah, you should see this shit. You're gonna be in trouble, man.
You're gonna beat my ass. Hey Victor, why are you making fun of me? Huh? Mike, I'm sorry, Mike. I was just kidding.
That's awesome.
Hey guys, we've been on for almost an hour. This is our first podcast. Victor Ortiz was kind enough. You're in the middle of training. You got your son with you. You're a father. You're a pro boxer legend. Yep, that's Royal. You're an actor. You're an awesome dude. I think people look. I want to bring you back, or actually, Eric. You know, we would love to bring you back.
Please.
Just come on, like, you know, even like every episode, just to come on for a little bit or the whole episode.
Bro, whenever you want, man.
Yeah, it would just be fun just to have your perspective, because the podcast is called Hollywood Tales, and I don't know if you know much about Eric, but you know, this guy, like, you grew up with Guns N' Roses and like was very much
amazing. How about this one? Here's one for you, bro. So yeah, I get a call. This is years ago, right? When they're bringing up fighters, they bring them up correctly or not, right? For me, fortunately and unfortunately, fortunately because I get to see the reality of things. Unfortunately, they called me. I had to call my company at the time. I worked for Red Bull as a merchandiser. I worked for construction. I was going to college. I had just adopted my younger brother, right? They called me on the last minute, right? Hey, Vic, you need to be in Laughlin, Nevada at the Flamingo Casino on this day, blah, 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 133 pounds. Now, mind you, I was at about 147, 48 pounds, maybe 150. So overnight, I had to drop down to 133. So I was depleted fully.
At this point?
I was 18.
18 years old.
Okay. 18 years old. So, no, papi, no more. So then, they called me. I get down to Laughlin, Nevada, and my opponent didn't show up, right? Wrong. He showed up. They had me weigh in after, so I didn't get to see him. I'm about to walk into the ring. I come out to Guns N' Roses.
Not a bad thing to come out to, bro.
Bro, so take me down to the Paradise City. No, was it? No, it was jungle to jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle. So I come out to that song, and I'm like
talking about. Hold on, let me just make sure we're on the same page. Are you talking about this song here?
That one, yeah. That one. So, bro. Yes. So, bro, I have no idea who I'm fighting. I walk into the ring, and I'm in there, like, you know, getting ready. And the guy across from the ring from me, he comes in, and he's pretty shredded, you know. He's African-American descent. No, African. And I'm like, okay. So now they're announcing, ladies and gentlemen, thousands of infinities around the world, blah, blah. Let's get ready to rumble or whatever. I think it was either Jimmy Lennon Jr. or Michael Buffer. I don't recall too well. So, bro, I'm in the ring, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy? They're like, they announced the challenger first, right? I didn't even know I was a challenger. So they go, find out this and that, the challenger. And I'm like, challenger? What the hell? So they're like, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning defending champion. I'm like, what the fuck? So they put me in there against a champ. And I'm like, you know what? I see what these people are doing. Okay. Promotion, this and that. All right. I see what this is. I see what this is about. The corner at the time told me, good luck, motherfucker. I go, wow. Wow. Okay. So my own people gave me a middle finger. I was like, okay, pay attention. So I went in there, bro. Oh my God, I dropped the champ in the 7th round, fifth or 7th round.
Nice.
And then I ended up defeating him. So good. He's a great guy, but man, I cannot believe that they did that. And that's when I knew. I think there's a little corruption in boxing.
Think a little bit, yeah.
A little bit,
bro. We're look. I want to bring you back for every episode. We want to leave everybody wanting a little bit more. Will you come back when we do it again?
Anytime, brother. Anytime,
please, man. It's a pleasure.
I love you so much, man. And you guys, if you're out there watching, follow Victor Ortiz. He's back in the ring. He's training. He's You're destined to get the championship again. I swear you are, brother.
We have to, but it's a must. All right, guys. Well, man, I love you guys. You guys take care of yourselves.
Victor, be cool, brother.
Yo, and,
until next time, we'll see you soon, yeah?
For sure, brother.
All right, man. Be
Victor.
good. Thank you.
All right, you left. Victor Ortiz, man. You know, this is cool, all this like streaming stuff. You know what's so funny? We were gonna have him on for like 15 minutes, but talk about Hollywood Tales, that motherfucker has thousands of them. Not only in the world of the boxing and athletics, but he was on Dancing with the Stars. He was in big blockbuster movies, The Expendables 2. He was in Oscar-winning films with Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, he's also super humble. You see how he is. He didn't have to make time for this, and he did. So thank you, Victor. Love you, brother. All the best. You will rise again. Actually, you never even fell. You've always been on top. So
never got me down, Ray.
Also, he's a great guy to have in your corner. Next time we bring him on, I'm gonna ask him to tell a story. He actually interfered. I almost got in a fight with somebody in a liquor store in Venice Beach. Like,
did you?
3 years ago. It was on New Year's Eve. This guy was being a dick. He put his hands on me, and I pushed him, and he fell back into like the potato chip stand or whatever. Knocked everything over. It was like a big thing, and the clerks came out and they're like, "You need to leave." And the guy came over. It was the whole thing. And Victor, who's like, I'm like twice his size. Like, he's not a tall guy.
Right. Yeah, he's not a tall guy.
He came up behind me, Eric, and grabbed me by my midsection, like a chick. My hands, and he picked me up. He picked me up like a scarecrow, bro, and he fucking walked me out of the store. He's like, "All right, big brother, let's go."
And you're not a small dude. What are you pushing? Like 210?
I'm 6'2", 200.
200. Yeah, you're a big boy.
So he picked me up. He was nice about it, but he let me know, like, I'm actually stronger than you, and I'm gonna get you out of here. So he walked me out of there, and he patted me on my back. He's a great guy, Victor Ortiz. Everybody.
He's very cool. That was awesome. Thank you for getting him on here, bro. That was very fucking cool. He's a sweetheart too. Very nice guy. So that was awesome.
Such a nice guy. And look, if you guys are listening, thank you. People are out there rioting, looting, protesting, peacefully or not. There's some biblical times happening right now. We wanted to bring a little bit of light and love and entertainment and comedy and music and cool stories to you, just even for an hour. And so this is our pilot, launch of our podcast, Hollywood Tales. It kind of just came by accident over a Zoom call, I think 10 days ago or whatever that was. Hey, Carrie Nolan.
Thanks, Carrie.
Watching from Lubbock, Texas. Thanks. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you all tuning in and watching. This will be, this will have live on Facebook and YouTube forever. So if you missed it or you're watching it and want to rewatch it or share it, please do.
Jen wants to hear the wallet story. We got a story for you next time. You guys are gonna love it.
Well, here's what I'd like to do. Here's what I'd like to do, because we want to bank a bunch of episodes. I'd like to just kind of coattail this one and give it a nice little bookend.
Okay.
And then do another one like whenever, tomorrow, this weekend. We're just gonna keep putting them in the bank and
we were planning.
Build a library.
Yeah, we want to build a library. We want to have content, and I don't know how many people could show up every time we do it, but we're talking about doing it every week. But we could. I mean, what else? I don't know what's going on. So
people are. Here's the cool thing is we don't have to over promote it a week before or whatever. The live stuff is the live stuff, but the matter of just getting people on board and us telling our stories. When the quarantine started, I think early March. I was in Aspen, Colorado with, stuck. And I was doing a lot of Instagram lives. And I probably did like 40 of them daily. And I was surprised how many people agreed.
Yeah.
Like Oscar-winning directors and like, World Series, baseball players and like it just chefs and actors and Tony Award-winning actresses and everybody. So right now, we should grab everybody. I will ask you a favor. Will you do me a huge while I take a quick 3-minute break and then we'll wrap it up?
I'm sorry. What do you want? What? Huh?
I just want you to fill like 3 minutes for me.
Where'd you go? Ahmed, where are you?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, I got this. So we talked about doing it, once a week, but we could maybe do more with Sexy Week. Missy, I am not a butthole. Oh my God. Kind of a butthole again. I'm trying. Okay. So we had Victor on. We're going to have a number of guests on. We're planning on. I've been talking to Billy Hayes. I don't think he'd mind me mentioning his name because we already said he would think about doing this. He's the guy from Midnight Express. He wrote the book. He was actually in jail in Turkey. So we'll have him. We'll have a number of people. And this is Chicken. I say, yeah, Chicken just jumped in the screen. Hi, honey. Great, Chuck. You happy? There she is. Okay. I'm not enough, but there you go. So listen, when we do, people, please join and come in and hang out and comment. I know we didn't get to a lot of the comments today. We were kind of picking up our pilot show, and Victor was, he had a lot of stuff to talk about, and he was great. He was a sweet guy. So, but please keep tuning in, and we'll keep making them. I mean, what the hell? What are we going to do? We can go out and protest, and then we get home at night. We make podcasts, right? I like it. I know that I think Ahmed's going to stay away from the screen so that I'll tell the wallet story, but I'm not telling the wallet story tonight. I will tell that at another time. We have lots of stories. We have lots of episodes to get to. Ahmed, where'd you go, bro? Where'd you go? I think I'm the only one on screen, so I'm gonna go ahead and I guess sign us out. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for coming down, watching, being interactive with us. I fucking love you guys. I love you guys. We got to love each other right now. We got to get through this with unity. And look, there he is. Whoa! Ah!
Sorry, man. Nature was calling. He was
sneaking up on us, brother. Like, hey. Hi, buddy. Welcome back. I was signing out. I thought you were like, hey, Eric, take care of the next 3 minutes. Then you just like fucking bounced.
Oh no! I just had to.
Oh, good. I didn't sign out yet.
Look, I think this was for a first one. We can go a little bit longer, but I think we'll keep it, under an hour in the future. But this is all test. We're just testing. Before we leave, we're gonna close it out with Yusuf. But thanks, Mary. Hey guys, any questions? Any comments?
Yusuf? Yeah, we didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time on the.
Can we do a couple minutes of like engagement? And does anybody have anything they want to ask? Is anybody curious about something? Does anybody have something they want to say? We have you want to play some music? Hit it.
No.
Hit it.
Eric Grayshot wants to give us some strings. I'm not going to do that.
Bro, give us just a quick thing.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope, not going to happen. Play guitar.
Are you serious?
Melissa's like play guitar. I'm not playing guitar. It's not going to happen on this one. It just happened to be there. I will play it. I'll play it down the road. I promise.
Can you? I've actually never seen you play. Can you even play it?
Can I play what?
Can you even play the guitar, or are those just props?
I can absolutely play the guitar.
Oh, then I'd like to see it. I've never seen
I
you
can play the guitar badly.
Give us a couple strums.
No.
A little bit of musical.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Clinton,
I'm not going to do that. Not going to have. There's no way you're going to get me to pick up this guitar. I'm not doing it. This is it. No, I'm not playing that. We'll do that. We'll do that another time. We'll save that. We'll save that for later. It's going to be really much better than it would be tonight. Trust me.
Let me just riddle off some guests we're going to have on. I'm not going to confirm, but I'm not going to deny. But in the last 3 months during my Instagram lives, I've managed to get Ari Sandel, who's an Oscar-winning director, Christine Eversole, who's a 2-time Tony Award-winning actress, Harry Lennox from The Blacklist, Dave Boland from the Chicago Blackhawks, Dom Rames from Chicago, fucking whatever the show is. It was weird how many actors and my artist friends came out and they're like, yeah, I'll do your thing. Comedians, Jimmy Schubert, Craig Shoemaker. I have to go back and like dip in because I was doing them back to back, like 2-3 a day. So I'm going to ask all those people to come back on for every episode we do. And
please do.
Eric will have his names that he'll drop and I'll have to pick up because they're so heavy. We'll bring them. We'll bring them on. So tell your friends.
Throw your back out of that motherfucker, bro.
We're gonna try to bang out a lot of episodes back to back, whether it's once a week or sorry, the crazies just came out in Venice. Once a week or a couple times a week. But we'll post it on social media. We'll post it personally. We'll let you know. And always find us here on Facebook, Hollywood Tales, at Hollywood Tales. And here's the funny thing too, is after this coronavirus hit and, comics were looking for work, everybody went to Zoom and, social media and the virtual world and Instagram and this, that, and the other thing. And so that's kind of the new credit for comedians. Like when somebody introduces a comic online, they're like, all right, everybody, thanks for coming out. We're going to start the show. We have a great lineup tonight. This first comic, you've seen him because he headlines Zoom calls all over the world. He's huge on Instagram. His Facebook Live are off the hook. His retweets on Twitter are out of control. You've seen him on Periscope, Vine, Snapchat, Twitch. He got his first break on MySpace. Put your hands together for Ahmed. Like, those are going to be the new credits.
Love you, Amber. I love you, Amber. Sorry, brother.
No, that's it. That's all. We're going to be here weekly, maybe bi-weekly, maybe a couple times a week. So tune in to Hollywood Tales. Eric will post. I'll post. Friends and family around the world. Yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out, Melissa. I love you, Mark Cantor. I see people mentioning your name on the feed, and if you're there, you or Lisa Cantor, I love you guys. Thank you for giving water to the protesters on Fairfax the other day. Thank you for taking care of the cause, helping out where you could. Amber, I love you. I'm glad the morphine's kicking in. It's all good. Mark Mansfield, I love you too, brother. And I will see you when you pull out. Thank you all for coming down. This is awesome. This has been a very cool experience. Ahmed, I fucking love you, brother. This is the coolest thing. I
love you too. And we've just begun.
For pulling me into this, like kicking and screaming. Yeah, right. I think it's going to be a blast, and I hope we keep doing them, and I hope you guys keep showing up. So, stay safe and love each other, and we'll get through it through unity and peace, and that's all I have to say, man. Everybody have a great night and be safe.
Hey guys, just to coattail Eric, thank you so much. And this is our pilot launch. Thanks for tuning in. Hollywood Tales. We have many more to tell. We barely scratched the surface tonight.
Yeah.
Having a guy like Victor Ortiz come on was amazing. So tune in. We're gonna have our own tales, our own stories, bringing on special guests. We're gonna play some original music from Omar Fadl. Shout out to Yusuf Hawash, our producer engineer. You want to come back on, brother?
Yusuf, jump on, bro. Yusuf, where are you?
Hey boys, what's going on?
Producer engineer.
Listen, I don't have any
the
Hollywood
whole thing.
I've got some Phoenix tales. I was sitting here and
Can't hear you.
Well, can you hear me, Eric?
I hear you. You can't hear him?
I can't hear him.
You can't hear him?
All
I'll tell
good.
you what, let me do this. I want to give one more shout out. My buddy Brendan Miller in Baltimore. He works for Under Armour. He's been kind of quasi sponsoring me a little bit and sending me some really good gear. So I'm rocking Under Armour, and so thanks, Brendan, if you're watching. You're amazing, and a shout out to you and Under Armour. Hopefully you guys will sponsor my ass professionally and financially, Sans. We're happy to promote you guys here if you want to give us a fucking paycheck, Under Armour. I love the t-shirts. I'm not look, beggars can't be choosers, but can I choose $100,000 instead of a black t-shirt?
I'll wear some Under Armour shit in a second, bro.
Somebody asked a question earlier. Who was that? Somebody said something about a potty thing. What was that?
You can't hear me, but it was just someone saying he needed to take his potty break before the show next
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? I did go.
Yes, there it is. I
had to pee twice. That happens. We've been here for an hour and 16 minutes, Stacy. So relax. Yinzer love.
What's up, Duran? I love you, little C.
Listen, tune in. Any last words? Otherwise, I'm out. I think we did a nice first episode. Yusuf, thank you. Eric, thank you. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. If you're out there on Facebook, YouTube, thank you all. My name is Ahmed, Eric Mills, Yusuf Hawash. You are watching Hollywood Tales, our first episode. Stay tuned for more. Be safe.
Bye, guys.
And be your own.